right, so Bogles. Yeah, we'll go into the second league. We'll play some Bogles. This is secretly my favorite deck in Modern. It's the only deck that I've tried to foil out completely. I don't play it very much because I feel like if I do play this deck, I'm not going to have very many friends after I play this deck. But I do love it. I've always loved the idea of the deck being kind of like a Batman. You have this, simple little creature, and you load him up with as much equipment as you can, just like Batman. Give him all the equipment and let him fight crime. So, yeah, let's try it out. We do have some good toys. Of course, we have the ley lines on the side because of Lurrus. I'd like him as a commander. It's the first time I've tried it. Not commander, rather. Champion. Companion. Wow. Messing that one up. First time I tried him as a companion, but we have so many permanents. I think a lot of value can come out. This deck does have a trouble if we do lose our creature. Leyline and Sanctity if we run into Death Shadow or a lot of Thoughtseize. We have Force of Vigor, which we can cast pretty reliably for free. Could be good against those Hammer Time decks. And if we run into Tron or Control, of course we have Gaddock Teague. Try All That Glitters. It's basically a slightly worse Ethereal Armor, but Ethereal Armor is just the best card of the deck. And Daybreak Coronet is always a great draw. We'll play Path to Exile main, just in case things get out of hand, and Spirit Links in the main, just in case we run into the dreaded Burn or Prowess decks. So, hopefully this league goes a little bit better. We draw a little bit better. Now, this deck is one of those decks that really has trouble with bad draws. I've played Bogles in Modern. I played Bogles in Pauper as well, and the deck more often than not dies to itself because it just can't find the right combination of cards. You really need to draw the right amount of lands. You need to draw 1 or 2 creatures, no more than that usually, and you need something to throw on it. You need some equipment for the poor little guy. Otherwise, he's a 1/1 hexproof creature that's not really getting by anything. But it is a fast deck. It can blow out a lot of things. And with Lurrus, I think we have a little bit more staying power with that deck. So, jump into the first match and we'll see how it goes. All right, we get to play first, which is always great. Select Lurrus. And we already see our first problem. Now, this is almost a perfect hand if one of these lands were a Boggle, but it is not, so we have to throw it back. This is a little different. I think I am going to keep it because of the core Spirit Dancer. Throw away the Spirit Link. And just kind of hope that our opponent isn't up to anything that interacts. Uro would be great right now. I'd love to face an Uro. Well, that's not great because that means my core Spirit Dancer is probably vulnerable. I would really like to be able to play the Hyena Umbra onto him before. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait a turn. I don't want to run out the Spirit Dancer into a Lightning Bolt on turn 2. Instead, we'll wait till turn 3. Hopefully our opponent is just cycling these Serum Visions we can get out with a big core Spirit Dancer. Put 1 equipment on it, it becomes a 3/5, and it will be basically impossible for him to get rid of. Is my hope, especially with the Totem Armor. And it's going to draw some cards. So, our opponent is stuck, so we are off to the races. Poor Storm players. Yes. Okay, so this Spirit Dancer is going to be massive next turn. So we're going to play out the Rancor and probably the All That Glitters, I think. We could also go all 3 little ones and then finish with that. But no, I think it's still. Let's put out the Rancor, because the Rancor is definitely going on him. Her. Ethereal Armor. That actually changes things quite a bit. So let's get the Insurance. No. We'll do the Ethereal Armor first. I'm not sure if I want Lifelink or if I want the Protection. I think I probably want the Lifelink. Okay, so our opponent has to do something big here, and gaining 15 life, going up to 33, means his Storm has to be extra stormy. Could have a bounce. Repeal would be really bad right now, but that's the risk we run. I think it's Repeal, right? Well, we're going to find out. Well, he's going to try to storm off. He does have everything he needs. He's got the Baral, he's got the Past in Flames, so probably going to be okay. Let him do his thing. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, I got to help his gifts. I got to change that stream info to Bogles. It doesn't matter what I give him. Okay, there we go. All right, let him do his thing. Well, I don't know if he's gonna fizzle. He's definitely not gonna fizzle. But he does have to get up to 33. Does he have a remand? Oh, okay. So we can see. We're not gonna make him click through everything. Okay. Ley lines. Ley lines. I don't think I cared about the path. Whatever. Doing this, we lose Lurrus. But I think that's fine. Oh, I should bring in the dampening spheres. Oops. Keep this, but I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna hope that he doesn't have a way to interact with my hexproof creature. Obviously need a white source. It would be pretty good. That's good. A little layer of extra protection. Opponent's got his work cut out for him. We're slow, but we have a lot of. I mean, that ley line's going to do a ton of work. He basically needs a Warrens. He can bounce it though, but it's going to be expensive to remove that. I don't want to attack. I don't think he has Snapcaster, but I'd really rather not risk my my one hexproof creature. Well, they play Echoing Truth, which it totally makes sense. What a great card to bring in against the Boggle. This is the nightmare. Like, the deck doesn't play a lot of forest. I think it's 1 or 2. It's 1. So we drew our 1 in 60 forest. And it is incredibly painful right now. Yeah, just brutal. Just brutal. We are so far away from doing anything. And I imagine I got 1 or 2 turns before I'm gonna explode. There's the Goblin Electromancer. It's so painful. This is the Boggles problem. Like I said, the deck loses to itself more often than not. First game, opponent had it. He was just a little bit faster than us. But here's a good example of the deck just not doing what it needs to do, even on the maul. Kept a risky hand to a degree. Had 3 playables. Just needed a white source, and I got lots of white sources. Unfortunately, well, not sources, white pips on these little cards that are not coming out of my hand anytime soon. And I don't even know if I want to bother making the opponent go through everything. I think it's, yeah, we'll scoop it up there. A rough first start. Opponent had the answer to the ley line. We were stuck with basically nothing. Our single forest. I guess it could have been worse. Could have been an Arbor Elf. Not Arbor Elf, Dried Arbor rather. Could have been a Dried Arbor. That would have been the real worst. A lot of planes in this deck. Okay, we get to play first. And we get a competent hand. This is the kind of hand that you want to see. So we lead on the scout and see what our opponent is up to. Tron. Yeah, not bad. So I think I go out with the All That Glitters, and then next turn we can drop the Daybreak Coronet and the Spider Umbra, and we will be swinging awfully hard. I don't know how Etron interacts with me outside of Blast Zone. Blast Zone is a beating, And if in fact he has that, it's sad panda time. We get the second Daybreak, so hang on. I'm gonna go with the Spider Umbra first. Daybreak, a little bit vulnerable. It has a condition on it that you need to be enchanting another creature or a creature with another aura on it. And if you remove if there are 2 auras on a creature with Daybreak Coronet, you remove the one that's not Daybreak. Daybreak will fall off. So a good way to fight against a Bogles deck. But we do have 2 on there, so a little bit of insurance in a pretty good position. Don't have trample or evasion, so if he plays out a Thought-Knot Seer, which is probably what's coming, he's going to grab my Daybreak and maybe have a Chumper. Yeah. So not out of the woods yet. Not the best draw. I wonder if I'm going to sack this, go for it. If I draw a Rancor, Spider Umbra, it's not bad. I think I'm going to actually hold back the Spider Umbra, get a draw with the Spirit Dancer later. He's not forced to block here, but he's going to block anyways. Okay, that's good. There's my evasion. I am going to throw out the Spirit Dancer. Give him something to focus on. And if he does have a Blast Zone, I can load up the Spirit Dancer. He doesn't have the Blast Zone. Okay. So he's able to snip away the boon, meaning we're back to where we were, but we do get 2 draws, one with the Spider Umbra and one with the regular turn draw. So lots of cards that can get us out of this one. Can't block both creatures. That's not one of them. So let's get a redraw. We'll load up the Spirit Dancer so we can smash in with both. Of course, we're drawing. There's the dreaded Dryad Arbor. Let's sack the Horizon Canopy. There's the Plains. Things are going well. Get in with both. He can't kill the Spirit Dancer. He might want to... I don't know if he wants to go down to 1. Okay. Okay. Not bad. There's a way we can get through if he has another Thought-Knot Seer. I'm getting a little worried. If he has Tron here, he could go Karn into Ensnaring Bridge, and then I'd really be in trouble. But I'm not too worried about a Cavern of Souls. Okay, well, that's good news for us because we can respond to it, get rid of the Thought-Knot, and hopefully he doesn't have a blocker. He is going to probably get to take whatever I draw here, but if what I've been drawing is an indicator of what I'll draw, here comes another land. Huh. Okay. It's 2 mana. I don't know what he can really do with 2 mana. So yeah, we get game 1. Tron. I'm E-Tron, rather. Well, Damping Spheres have to come in, of course. That's why they're in the deck. I kind of want to bring in the Force, because if he does manage to get out that Ensnaring Bridge, which I know he has in his deck, it's a big problem. Cuts are going to be a little bit harder this time through. I don't think I need the Spirit Link because he's not that fast, and we have the Daybreak Coronet for life gain later on in the game. Is it the All That Glitters that goes out? It might honestly be. Could also make the argument for the Hyena Umbra. However, he's probably going to be playing board wipes. And I don't know all the... I gotta look up something. If it exiles or not. Tron. All his dust doesn't work because we sack. Yeah, thought so. Troublesome. If it gets to that point, though, I think we're just done. Okay. I'm going to take out 1 Glitters and 1 Hyena Umbra. I really like Hyena Umbra. No, I like Hyena Umbra too much. Spider Umbra can go. Okay. So game 1 went well. Let's hope we see some of that same luck. We got to draw into something, but I think it's okay to keep this. We have the Force of Vigor if things go really sideways. Opponent's mulliganing down to 5. Okay, keeps 5. Starts with a Temple, always a good start. Okay, we get another land. Lead on a Glade, cover Scout. I don't know what my plan is for the next turn, if I want to go with the Spirit Dancer or Spirit Mantle. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He has a Reality Shifter. Matter Reshaper. What's whatever it's called. Okay, so he's got a blocker. We're going to be held back for a little bit. We drew the second Force of Vigor. I don't like that. I think I have to probably run out the Spirit Dancer and hope he took out his removal. He is down to 3 cards, so the chance of him having a Dismember is pretty low. But I really need a redraw on this Spirit Mantle. Here comes a Thought Knot. Yeah, so he's definitely going to take the Spirit Mantle. We are still golden to any enchantment or a draw. But he's got a good start. Going down to 5, that's those are the 5 cards you want. Yeah. You attack here, right? Hey, Luna, thank you for following. Now you're the 3rd person. Welcome to the stream. Say hi in the chat if you're hanging out. If you, how do you feel about Bogles? Do you hate it as much as most people do? Okay, we get the Rancor. That's good. Get a redraw. A second Rancor. Okay. And there's the money card. But gotta hope that we're able to make it to that money card. If he has another Thought Knot Seer in hand, that Coronet is so gone. Okay, there's the other big problem. But this is not going to be too bad because I am going to get the Rancors back to hand, which are going to give me redraws on the Spirit Dancer, and I have another Scout in hand. I didn't play it out. So, yes, the Blast Zone is a disaster, but not nearly as bad as it could have gone. And now, we do have a choice. We could actually just load up the Spirit Dancer. We draw another one of those. The Spirit Dancer will be vulnerable, though. However, it will be out of range. I honestly think I might... He has to know that loading up the Spirit Dancer is an option, but he is down to 2 cards. Okay. Let's see what we draw. Griff Spoon. You know what? I think it's fine. I think I gain a buttload of life here. That's a great draw. Okay. And this will give me a little bit of a cushion to build something up later with that Scout. 2 cards in hand. He'll go up 1 more. I don't know. What does he do? Okay, he's got plenty of Eldrazi mana. Okay, there's the Karn. I'm not worried about the Karn because we do have the Force of Vigors in hand. He might be fishing for the... He knows I have the Force of Vigors, though. So, what does he grab here? I mean, maybe nothing? We have Evasion with the Griff Spoon. We also have Trample. There's the Ensnaring Bridge. It's too late for that, bud. I'm going to be hitting you with a giant Spirit Dancer next turn. All right, let's go for it. We load this up. We get the redraw. That's a great redraw. This is a little BM, but how often do you get to load up a Spirit Dancer and make it the scariest thing in the world? There we go. Okay, we got there. Beating Tron. Unfortunately, opponent mulliganing down to 5 on that one, but hey, sometimes it happens. It happened to us the previous game. Haven't seen a lot of Bogles showing up in any of the tournament results. I don't know how well they're positioned in the format. It could be just that people don't like playing Bogles. It's kind of an annoying deck. You're not going to make a lot of friends, but you will play through a lot of leagues very quickly. This is a great hand. We're going to go first. We can lead on the Slippery Boggle and then load him up. Our opponent is mulliganing down to 6. Okay. Here we go. No fear. All right, opponent. What do you got? So, maybe up against a Rakdos type deck. Oh, Hammer Time. Okay, so Hammer Time versus Bogles is going to get a little crazy. We're both just going to basically do our own thing and see who can get bigger faster. He's probably got a Pure Steel Paladin waiting in reserves. So I got to start hitting quickly too. He targeted me with this, so he's going to know what I'm going to draw here. He knows I have the All Is Glitter. All that glitters. All right, well, we go this way. We attack. And I don't think we can lose next turn. We're going to be able to gain life with the Daybreak Coronet. However, if he does have a Pure Steel Paladin, he can load up the hammer, shift it over, and then reshift it. That's good for us. Doesn't have an enabler. However, that Ink Moth Nexus means all this life I'm going to be gaining is irrelevant. I also don't have Trample, so he's going to be able to chump block forever. We need something. Not the best, but the fun thing is we do have reach and first strike and all that glitters. So if he can't kill me this turn, I think this Boggle is going to be a blocker forever. Okay, he's tapping the Ink Moth Nexus, which is fantastic. Okay, I like my position here. Little friend here is loaded up with every keyword. We may as well go with both all the glitters. Why not? Life is irrelevant now, so we'll do this. Yeah, go for it. Go ham. Okay, 2020 Boggle coming your way. Unfortunately, the one keyword it doesn't have is Trample. But this Colossus Hammer is not getting through. Spider Umbra coming through as an all-star right now. Play out Lurrus. Okay. So he's going to get a lot of draws with the Mishra's Bauble cycling. But we are one draw away from just winning. And we do get 2 draws because we can sack the Horizon Canopy this turn. All right. Grispoon doesn't get us there because Ornithopters are amazing. Hyena Umbra also doesn't do it. But we came here to load up a Boggle, so we're going to load up a Boggle. Now he's out of the range of 2 hammers with the first strike and reach. So now I do need Trample because Lurrus is going to be able to keep bringing back these Ornithopters. Probably this turn he's going to go with the Mishra's Bauble because he has the other Ornithopter back to block. But yeah, what a weird match. This one's going to come down to who draws the. Well, I don't know what he can draw even. I don't think the Hammer Time really plays anything that can interact with me in game 1. So he would need 3 hammers currently on one on the Nexus if he hopes to get through. Okay. So he knows what I'm drawing. Sigarda's Aid, sure. Not worried about it. Okay, it's a redraw. Come on. Why not? Why not? So now he does need 4 hammers to get through this Boggle. Or 2 Nexus and a hammer in hand. That's another option. He's definitely... he still has options. I'm not in the clear yet. But he's got to put together a lot, and he's got to just keep fading my... I have 6 draws because I have Spirit Mantle and 4 Rancors. Also, potentially Path to Exile, but I feel like he's going to have at least 2 flying blockers open at all times, at least. Let's see if I can get up to 200 life. He sacked the bauble targeting himself that time because he had the fetch land. And we miss. I think I play it out just a thin. It's very, very small effect, but it's still something. We're not dead this turn because he only has one Ink Moth Nexus. He definitely needs both of them. He's going to sack to draw, looking for answers. He's not going to get me on damage now. He knows that. He definitely knows that his only win con is through Infect. He uses the Lurrus to bring back the Ornithopter from the graveyard just to delay another turn. There's the Pure Steel. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so he's got 20 damage, but still not quite there. Like I was saying, if he gets all 4 hammers out, he is, in fact, in a good position. And this Pure Steel now is bad news because it's just going to keep running through. Okay. That's a big Lurrus. So actually now Path to Exile is a win con. Because he didn't leave up enough mana for the Inkmoth Nexus to block. We'll get rid of this. Come on, deck. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's still not there. I do like the insurance, though. So we are dead to 2 hammers, amazingly. Oh, come on, deck. There's so many cards I can draw. This next turn, he's going to really cycle through a lot of his deck. Yeah, even more of his deck now. Man, when Bogles meets Hammer Time, this is silly. Eventually, I'm going to be able to get out of the range of these hammers, and he can't equip the hammers at instant speed. So, with them on the board, he can't surprise me. If I do get up to 41 power, just one more enchantment, then I think it's almost a lock. Still weak to 2 Nexus. Because he can crew up both of them, hammer on each one, and I can't do anything about that. There's the 3rd hammer. Okay, he doesn't have the mana this turn, though, to load up the Ink Moth. This is crazy. These are some real battle cruisers right now. This interesting. Still, Path to Exile is a win condition right now. So many draws. Come on, deck. Come on. Great draw. Great draw. Wow. Happy about that one. All right. So we did make it to 200. I don't care if well, this is just exciting. I don't care what happens now. It's okay. So Oh shoot! So he has the second Nexus now, and he's gonna have the third hammer, or rather fourth hammer. So this Lurrus can actually get through now. He because he was, the pure steels are drawing so much of his deck. Why did he equip it there though? Okay. Yeah, well, if he equips everything over onto the thing, yeah, I'm done now. Wow. Wow. All right, now I feel bad. Turns out a 41-41 Ink Moth is slightly stronger than a 38-37 Boggle with first strike and everything else. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the next card, and I know the next card is going to be. It's not okay. We would have had a redraw. No. So how deep did we have? We were not finding this answer forever. There it is. We needed a few more turns. Okay, that's painful. But we do get to bring in the Force of Vigors. Do I care enough about the Path to Exiles? Maybe. Damping Sphere is too slow. Unnecessary. I don't think I care about Spirit Link. Maybe do that. All right. Well, at least it was an interesting match. It could have gone better. Could have gone better. Hammer time. Real deck. It's super cool. Risky, but I keep this, I think. No Bogle. But we do have redraws with the Spirit Dancer, which could have helped us last game. We also do have enough mana that we could possibly bring out Lurrus. Targeting himself, he probably has a fetch in hand, deciding if he wants to play the fetch or another land. Okay, didn't like the card that he revealed, so he's fetching it away. Huh. Wow, great. I think I take the risk. Do I take the risk? Or do I wait one turn? No, I'm going to wait a turn. He did get a black source. He might have brought in the Fatal Pushes. I don't think he would have, but he's got me scared. Okay, so we got our first hammer and an... Oh, so he probably has hammers in hand. He grabs a Shadow Spear. There we draw our Boggle right on time. I think it's I still gotta load up the Spirit Dancer, as much as that sucks. Can I risk playing out? We might just die this next turn. What's going to be the best position for turn 4? Having probably both of them out. Yeah. So we'll do that. Drew that scout far too late to be effective. Although I think our position is still not very good, regardless of what we may or may not have had. He puts Lurrus in hand, so that is a good sign. Yeah, very good sign. All right, well, let's start with loading up our scout. Okay, I'm gonna leave the path open. Path is great draw. Daybreak Hornet, also great. Still no trample. The elusive trample. Okay. We might get ourselves into another situation like the last game where we just end up loading up our creatures and going to war. Okay, he targets me this time with the bauble. Nothing? That's weird. What does the Hammer Time deck play that could fight against my enchantments? They have Disenchant in the sideboard now? It could be Disenchant time. Disenchant could really hurt my Daybreak Coronet, but let's hope he only has one at the very worst. Force of Vigor. Pretty good. He's got me scared. He's got me scared, I'll tell you that much. If he has two of them, he hits the Daybreak and the Ethereal Armor. My Boggle will still survive as a 2/2, killing the Stoneforge. So I'm not at risk of dying from this attack. But I don't feel good about it. I do not feel good about it. There's the Disenchant. Oh, what am I saying? If he has two of them, it's a blowout because he's going to hit the Ethereal Armor. And the Daybreak falls off. Okay, he didn't. So just had one. I was just talking about how Daybreak is very vulnerable. That's cool art. I've never seen that reprint from Zendikar Rising, I guess. Okay. Still in an okay position because we do have the Force of Vigor up if things get really bad. And of course, Path to Exile. He needs a lot of answers. Oh. Well, there's one of those answers. Alright. Bye-bye Force of Vigor, probably. Takes the path. Okay. Opponent does have Lurrus in his hand, so he could play him out and start going with the Bauble cycling. I still feel very vulnerable. I would love to get another enchantment on the Scout to protect the Daybreak. He targets me with the Bauble. I think I'm definitely gonna sack the Horizon Canopy here, get 2 draws. If one of them is an enchantment, we're in pretty good shape. That's the opposite of good shape. Deck is betraying me a little bit, but that's how this thing has gone. Opponent can just delay and delay and delay until he finds his answers. He should only have one more Disenchant in his deck. If he does find it, big trouble, big trouble. But I think he's probably still just on the bauble cycling plan. He does have a Nexus out though, so he could potentially win at any time. He has a Sigarda's Aid, throws out a hammer. It's just 2 cards and I'm dead. Hammer time, so cool. Here's a pure steel. Okay. Okay, there's the first hammer. So I'm not too worried about the first hammer or the second one because we do have the Force of Vigors. We can blow up a lot of stuff. Then again, he does have Lurrus to bring back everything. So this deck is prepared for the worst. Well, I think I have to cast Force of Vigor now, destroying the aid and the hammer. Does he attack? There's no way he attacks here. If he attacks, I mean, things go really well for us. But, oh, my friend, what are you doing? Is there something I don't know? Okay. He was trying to get cute. I think I can still pitch. This is a green card. I can pitch that to the other Force of Vigor. Wow. We luck sacked out of this one, drawing the second Force of Vigor. We'll be able to get his Lurrus off the battlefield and punish him for his greed. Wow, what a sequence. What a sequence. I will go to the happiest block I've ever made. Goodbye, Lurrus. Get out of my game. And we are suddenly in, you know what? Surprisingly, just okay positions. No, hang on. I changed my mind. We're in very good shape now. Get a couple draws. Come on. Okay, Spirit Mantle is good. If one of these next two draws is a Ethereal Armor. Almost. We actually have Griff's Boon in the graveyard that we can play out next turn if I really want to, because I do have enough mana. I could also just grab Lurrus. A little bit far from that, actually. Spirit Mantle protection from creatures could really be a big difference maker here. I don't have flying. So it's still possible that we die here because he could, again, Sigarda's Aid into a hammer, Nexus in. So not out of the clear yet. Again, I'll keep saying it, Hammer Time is incredibly resilient. Okay, wow. We go to a game 3. Force of Vigor coming through as the massive all-star in that game. I don't know if it's worth it to bring in the Soul Guide Lanterns to cut off the Lurrus. I don't think I want to be in that position. If it comes down to that, it comes down to it. It is a redraw, though. Potentially. I think I'm just going to stick to my game plan. Try to be faster than him. and hope it doesn't get to the point where Lurrus is the issue. All right. You have to keep a hand like this. I think we run out the Spirit Dancer on turn 1. Okay. Go get your hammer. Not turn 1. What am I saying? Turn 2. We'll hold out the Path to Exile, of course, but what I meant was I'm going to get out a Spirit Dancer as fast as I can. Even if it eats a removal spell, it's probably okay. Well, that's not living. In no world does that live. Okay, we are set up to be pretty defensive with these 2 paths. If he does end up going the Lurrus route, definitely Lurrus is going to eat one of these. There's the Lurrus. And there's the aid. Okay. So, opponent is scary. I feel like I'm loading up the Spirit Dancer this game. That Boggle a little bit too late. And we're not drawing the right colors. If he plays out a Lurrus here, just the Lurrus is great. Looks like that's what he's doing. Okay, does he have a bauble to follow it up? No. Well, see ya, bud. Okay, don't need the lantern, I guess. We got rid of that problem. Still not drawing well, but let's get a little bit more power in here. We'll go up to a 7/7. Draw a card, and it is the opposite of what we want. But we do have him on a good clock right now. Any blocker that he puts out, we can hit with the path. You're not going to block with that, my friend, are you? He activated it. I think he thought twice about what he was doing there. That would have been a big mistake for him. Probably he didn't realize there was trample on the Rancor or on the Spirit Dancer. So game 3 is kind of shaping up to be a little bit less eventful than the first 2 matches. But I like where we are. Getting there with some very awkward mana. He's got a lot though. I still don't feel safe. That's okay. I don't know if they play Path to Exile, actually. That's something I didn't consider, and these Spider Umbras are not going to do very well against the Path to Exile, and I may have just thrown this game away. Okay. Still not going to save you. He might think he's going to throw a hammer on it. Okay, well, we're going to Path. 3 Path to Exiles gets us there. We get there. Wow. That's a match. Man, I had a whole lot of fun playing that one. Anytime. That game reminded me a whole lot of Pauper Bogles. Pauper Bogles versus Pauper Elves. And these games just get crazy. Life totals get up to like 300-400. The client starts to like shake a little bit because it can't keep up with all the things that are going on the board. And usually Bogles loses that one because the elves, they just draw a lot more. in Pauper. But you can get some very ridiculous guys because of the Ancestor's Mask, a Boggle card that I would love it to be in Modern. Of course, it never will be, but +2/+2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield, including your opponent's enchantments. Pauper Bogles mirror match gets a little bit ridiculous because of this card. It basically comes down to who draws that card. Fun stuff. Yeah, I'm excited after that match. That was good. Got me happy. Got me real happy. All right, here we go into match 4. We're up 2-1. Took a bad loss in the first one to Storm. Just couldn't really deal with it, and just won a fun one against Hammer Time. We are on the draw in this game. We have been doing very well with our dice rolls. I think we won all 3 of them, but I might be misremembering that. Okay, Lurrus hasn't come out to play yet, but maybe he will soon. This hand is awful. So our opponent is showing Gigantha. Okay. I don't like it. I'm going to throw it away. I don't really like this hand either, but it's okay. Probably throw away a Scout. Okay. There it is. So we did beat Tron. What am I doing? Did beat Tron in the second match. It was a close game. Came right down to it. Got lucky in the third game. Opponent didn't really have much other than Thought Knots, and we had the answers to those Thought Knots. This is probably traditional Tron, based on the Chromatic Star versus the Tron start. I have no idea what's going on. Why Hex Drinker? That's a good draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up the Ethereal Armor and the Protection of the Spider Umbra. And we're going to go to war against this Hex Drinker. Spirit Mantle might be relevant in this game. He might be playing kind of a load up Hex Drinker game plan and sit there with a 6/6 protection from everything blocker. Plays an Explorer. Opponent's all over the place. I don't know what this deck is. He does have an extra land drop. He's on 3 Urza's Mines. Not the best for our opponent. Let's gain some life. We're just gonna go for it. That's what Bogles does. We just go for it. Spirit Link, interesting card because it's not Lifelink. It is Spirit Link. It says whenever enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. So it's a double trigger. If he's investing all in his Spirit or Drinker, we win. Because Lifelink happens on the damage, and then after the damage, we gain that much from the Spirit Link trigger. Really neat little card. So we're going to take this one very easily. Opponent's on a weird deck. It's Tron, but it's doing other stuff. We're going to get in for exactly 9. Take it down. Okay, so game 2, we're definitely going to bring in the Damping Spheres. Probably going to bring in the Force of Vigor because I suspect he's got a Great Creator in his deck, and then he's going to be threatening Ensnaring Bridge, our biggest enemy. I kind of want to bring in Gaddock Teague, but I don't know if the guy is just playing Tron because he wants to load up a whole bunch of Hex Shrinkers with a bunch of mana, or if he's actually going to play Karn or Ugin or any of the other big nasties. We'll leave it out We'll maybe bring it in for game 3 if it comes down to that. I don't think I need the Spirit Link because I don't feel too threatened. That's more of a hedge against the super aggro decks like Burn and Prowess. So we can get rid of them. Spirit Mantle came in there big, so I think we'll probably maintain it. He's probably got some other creatures in the deck. Can only assume. Huh. Always hard. Well, I don't know why I find myself always wanting to cut the All That Glitter. It's a cool card, but it's just a little bit worse than Ethereal Armor. It does get +1/+1 from the Damping Sphere, though. And what an upside that is. Okay. I think we run it like this and see how it goes. Okay, so we do have our sphere, we do have a Boggle and an enchantment, but we do need to draw a little bit more. I think I'm going to keep it and hope to fade all the lands from the rest of my deck. Do not want the 5th one. Opponent is mulliganing down to 6. Starts with 6. Okay, what am I doing? What am I clicking on? So eager to throw at this thicket. There's the 5th land that I was talking about. I'd really appreciate it if you did not show up. Damping Sphere, cool card against Tron. However, it actually does hurt the Boggles deck quite a bit because we do like to play a lot of cheap 1 CMC enchantments. And if we can't just like chain them together with the core Spirit Dancer, it does slow us down several turns. But that only comes out once in a while. I've only had that situation happen to me a handful of times. He revealed the Wormcoil Engine, so that makes me think that he might have Tron in hand. We're going to jam the Damping Sphere and slow him down, hopefully tremendously, but I don't know. He did not have Tron. He might have something to destroy the Damping Sphere now. Okay, there's the Tron. Okay. Oh, God, Deck, why are you doing this to me? Jeez. Remember what I said about not wanting to draw the 5th? Well, I drew the 6th and the 7th lands. I feel like I just want to redraw and get the 8th land. Oh, no. Okay. So, the Daybreak is okay, but the problem is I can't play it out with the Spirit Mantle next turn because we sacked the Horizon Canopy. Things are just not jiving right now. So if he gets rid of the Damping Sphere, big trouble. He's at 8 mana potentially right now. There's the Blast Zone. Yep. Okay. Big trouble. Big trouble. So he's going to play out the Damping Sphere. Blast Zone. I'm sure the Blast Zone is going to target 2. I think I'm going to tempt him with the 2. Throw out just the 1 Spirit Dancer. I don't know how good I feel about this. Our draw has been atrocious this round, and we're going to get punished. We do get a couple of turns, though. One more turn with the Spirit Dancer because he does need to spend 1 turn pumping up the Blast Zone and then 1 turn popping it with the to get the Damping Sphere. That being said, our 2 enchantments in hand are 2 CMC, so we can't really play them out too comfortably. Turn 4 with a unequipped Scout feels real bad. I'll tell you that. I don't know what our opponent's thinking about. Is he thinking maybe he wants to kill the core Spirit Dancer with Distortion. I think that's what the card's called. I doubt he's playing that. So I think 100% we can expect to see the Blast Zone here up to 2. If that's the case, best draw is going to be another Damping Sphere, so we can throw it out the turn after. Because he is certainly going to be spending his whole turn to do that. So that's good. Let's load up the Scout. Tempt him to blow up the Scout, but I don't think he will. So the next benefit is Damping Sphere. Now the Spirit Dancer is going to survive. And he's got a real choice. Now he could blow it up for 3. If he blows it up for 3, I think I'm happier with that. You know what? Happy with that. Good. So happy with that. I'm not sure that was the right play or not. Maybe he's got another answer for this sphere. Urza's Factory. What the heck? Okay. Okay. I don't know about his decision to do that. I think I'm going to go safer. Our last few draws have been super good. Finally, we got over all those lands and found something good. Still don't feel safe. I never feel safe against Tron. Why would you? They are monsters. All right. There's the Wormcoil. Okay. So we do have protection from Wormcoil, kind of. We have doubly protection from Wormcoil. So now, what do I do? Do I load up? I think I can only play 2 spells this turn because of Damping Sphere. So we could do Daybreak Coronet and Spirit Mantle. Doing that gives us quite a bit of damage, and I can load her up as well. Get 2 attackers going in to mitigate the 6 life that he will be gaining. I don't think I have lethal which is not quite there. But I will have it next turn if he's banking hard on this Wormcoil. I do kind of want to get the Hyena Umbra out onto the Glade Scout. I think it might be better just to load her up and go real hard with her. That's probably best. That's the safest thing. Then we're really just dead to all his dust, I guess. Yeah. We are drawing a lot of cards. Always great. Okay. So we have a first. He can't attack. We have a first striking, life linking Boggle with Vigilance. He needs a big draw here. He needs something. He's gonna be 7 mana. There's 7 mana. If it's Ugin, it's bad. Oh, it's Ugin. It's Ugin. Oh, it's Karn. I don't care about Karn. I bet he hits the Spirit Mantle hoping that he can use the Wormcoil to block. There it is. There it is. We get there. All right. Spirit Mantle, Mega All-Star this game. He still can't attack into the Glade Cover Scout. I don't see what else he can do. Karn, you big bully. You didn't do much. Nice and foily. He's got the foil Wormcoil too. This guy loves his Tron. He needs to get promo Sylvan Scryings though. All right. So here is the Spirit Mantle to make our friend cry. We draw Flight, just for good measure. You can see it. Awesome. So we crushed this somewhat unusual Tron deck. The first game he played out a Hex Drinker. Wasn't sure what he was doing. Then he kind of transitioned to a much more traditional Tron shell. So we are up 3-1, winning a couple games very convincingly, having a very fun game here against Hammer Time. Let's finish the league and probably call it a day after that. Go in there. Okay. Good hand. Okay. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. We don't need you guys in the chat. All right, great hand to start. We have 2 fast lands. We have the person we're going to load up, and a whole bunch of things that load up on them. We have another little friend. I think you got to play with the Boggle, right? It's slightly more tilting for the opponent. I wonder if I would like the opponent to be on Uro. I haven't faced an Uro deck with Bogles, but I feel like the matchup's probably okay. Although if they get us in the cryptic loop, pretty much dead. Not a whole lot of fighting against that. Okay. Well, he might have a reband or a counter for this. All That Glitters is probably one of the weaker enchantments in the deck, so I don't really mind that this is the one that's going to eat it. Next turn, hopefully we can Spirit Dancer into the Ethereal Armor. A Remand is good. All right. There, he found his red mana. What is our opponent up to? I think I'd rather keep the Spirit Dancer around and just try jamming All That Glitters again. I have a feeling he's representing Snapcaster Opt, in which case there's no way I'm going to attack into that. Just Opt. He's got me scared. He's got me scared again. You got to be careful with your Bogles. You can't just go telling them to run around and attack things willy-nilly. Very, very vulnerable, and we desperately need them to stay alive. Go grab a Temple Garden. I don't like that he's leaving mana open. All right. Let's throw it at the Spirit Dancer. Maybe we'll meet a Cryptic Tap counter. We didn't. So I actually think the Ethereal Armor is more valuable, or the Spider Armor is more valuable than the Ethereal Armor in this matchup. So maybe I want to play out that. Yeah. We do get the draw no matter what happens. Okay. I think I can attack now. No disasters yet. I'm certain they're coming. They're always lurking. I'm really curious what opponent's on. Obviously, a lot of basics. He might be on a budget deck. There's the Vendilion Click. Haven't seen Vendilion Click in a very long time. He's targeting himself, so making me think his hand is garbage. Hang on. Oh, Emrakul has entered the revealed zone. Oh, Emrakul, hang on. What are you doing? What are you up to? So it's a Through the Breach deck, which I'm not very familiar with. Might have to kind of look into this one a little bit. This guy, protection from colored spells, Annihilator 6. If this daddy comes out, I'm in deep shit. So, since that's the case, I think need to go a little hard. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about this, or does he? He might care about this one. He doesn't. Okay. Does he have the counter or the cryptic? That was a fast tap. That's a cryptic. Okay. So he's trying to hold on. We don't have trample, so this Vendilion Click is going to buy him a lot of time. That's a Through the Breach. This is going to be an Emrakul. I can't path it. So Annihilator 6. Well, the cool thing is we can do this to stay alive. And Annihilator 6 is hard, but we don't lose. We don't lose our Boggle yet. So we we survived an Emrakul attack. Can we fade another one with no mana and a 6/6? We do have a 2-turn clock, so if he has nothing, we could pull out one of the most glorious wins ever. I'm so hopeful right now. Just pass, come on, please. Oh, what a victory for the Bogles. I don't care what happens anymore. That's the best thing ever. Oh, you little superhero. You're the coolest dude ever. Oh, man, this league has just been full of fun stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, so we're against Emrakul. I guess we bring in Gaddock Teague, and we hope that we can protect Gaddock Teague with a Hyena Umbra or a Spirit Mantle, or not Spirit, sorry, Spider Umbra. Speaking of Spirit Mantle, I don't know if we care about that. We probably don't also care about the Spirit Link. We're dead if his thing happens. We were very lucky that I had 6 permanents that still kept me alive in that match. His graveyard is probably not a big deal. Man, this deck, I'm not familiar with it at all. Yeah. I wish I knew a little bit better. Path to Exile is probably not going to do me very much either. Although Path did keep us alive there. Like, it just, that was the key. I imagine it's just this. Okay. All right. Okay. It's almost really good. Almost really good. Unfortunately, I don't think that Spirit Dancer is going to get out of the range of a lightning bolt fast enough. It's almost there. I don't know about this one. I think I gotta throw it back as much as it hurts me, because it's, if it weren't a lightning bolt deck, I would keep it. All right, we can keep this. Go all in on that Boggle. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right. We may have used up all of our luck on that last victory. You know, surviving the Emrakul hit, going down to 2, no lands, and just a Boggle with tons of hopes and dreams. Let's see if we can make it happen again. I don't imagine a lot of people are sideboarding 4 Boggles these days. Here's a great draw. Yeah, let's bait out maybe a Remand here, or do I go for the Ethereal Armor as well? Yeah, I think if I wait, things are not going to go well. Well, hopefully it's a Remand. We get it for next turn. He's just doing a quick redraw here. If it's a hard counter, I'm not gonna. That's gonna feel real bad. Okay, so it is the Remand. Get in for 3. We need to speed up a little bit more. It'd be real nice to get another white source. This Daybreak Coronet could help us out a lot. There's that white source I was talking about. So I think I'm gonna jam this and see how he responds. I feel like he's not gonna let that go. He's got the second Remand. That's fine. So I think the game plan now is to Ethereal Armor, Rancor, and prep for a turn 4. Oh, so he had 3 Remands and the Force of Negation. All right. You got to respect that. Sometimes Force of Negation comes out and ruins your fun. But we're still getting for 5. He's probably going to pop the Scalding Tarn. He's going to go down to 10. We do have 2 great enchantments in hand. And he's still a little bit of ways from his Through the Breach. Does the deck play like a Simian Spirit Guide? Is it possible that he could do it this turn? If he does, much respect, I guess. But he was loaded up, 3 Remands and a Force. He was not planning on letting me do anything. He's leaving mana open again. It could be a Cryptic. Yeah, tricky. I think the play is Ethereal Armor and hope that he doesn't have anything, and then we can follow up with the Spirit Mantle. Or is it the Spirit Mantle first? I think it's the Spirit Mantle first. See what happens. Cryptic tap counter, maybe? Yeah. Okay. So we do get the Ethereal Armor out. But again, if he Emrakul's here, we're not going to be able to survive the Emrakul like I survived it in that first match. If he doesn't have it, maybe we sneak a win. There's the 5th land. I don't feel good about that. Okay, we get another turn. Huh. I think I got a jam. Because that's what a Boggle does. A Boggle doesn't think. A Boggle just equips things and goes to attacks. That's all he does. If it's another counter tap, that's going to be real sad. So he does have that for the next turn at least. He must have something for this. We might be just facing three in a row. Oh, he's digging. Oh, well, no, now, what am I saying? He's digging. He's not digging for anything. Mystical Sanctuary is an amazing card and lets him put that right back on top, so he has a little bit more time. All right, so he gets another play out of it. He is down to 2 mana, and he does, or 2 cards, rather, in hand, 5 mana. He does need the Through the Breach and the Emrakul. Oh, getting nervous. Sweaty palms. Nothing. So we go to a redraw. On the Horizon Canopy, we find our 3rd Rancor. Well, we keep doing what we've been doing. Play a Rancor. How much more counter magic could he possibly have? Come on. No. What is this going to be? It's like Aether Spells. Okay, he's got the snap. Snap opt. Okay, we still have lethal. Oh no. Does that work? No. Oh? I don't know what happened there. So why he's controlling it, but it's still equipped to the Boggle, and it's giving him the first strike, but it's not giving him the benefit of what? Why is the Boggle's power 8-2? Because if this is not working, oh, that's so. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. He only controls 1 enchantment, so I'm only getting +1/+1 from his now ethereal armor. Wow, that's the coolest thing. Wow, that's so interesting. That's cute. That's so cute. We still get there. Boggles takes down Through the Breach to go 4-1. Hey, cool. Boggles still doing it. We lost this first one to, oh my god, it was forever ago. What was that deck? Storm. It was Storm, and it wasn't even close. The Storm deck, I feel like he popped off, and I remember going to the bathroom in the middle of it because he was doing his thing. But then we finished strong with 4 wins in a row. A lot of good wins too. Wow. I'm just happy. Now, how do I feel about some of the changes? Where are you? Here. Lurrus never came out because the games were kind of ending before they possibly could. Lurrus could possibly be relevant. So, All That Glitters was also not very impressive. It is, like I said, a strictly worse ethereal armor. Yeah, with the slight upside that it hits enchantments as well. So I get or artifacts as well. So if you have out Damping Sphere or the Soul Guide Lantern, you're getting a little bit of a pump there, but not enough of an upside to even really care about. Cool. Bogles 4-1, not the best, but some of the coolest games I've played in a long time. So exciting match or exciting league nonetheless. Didn't get a trophy. Still at 0. Haven't been playing much, so the big old goose eggs here. But restart is coming soon. Our league's closing on the 27th, so we have 8 days left. I'm going to try to play a little bit more and hopefully try to climb up there. I don't know if I'll be able to compete with these superstars, but hey, maybe we get a couple of trophies and have some fun. Anyways, that's it for today. I am only going to play the 2 leagues. I'm going to go get some lunch. Thanks for the few people that did watch. I'm going to go over to YouTube, I think, and post this league because it was fantastic. If you do end up watching this and you want to see a little bit more, come on over to Twitch. I'm going to be streaming most mornings. And I'm also going to post probably replays of one of the leagues I play each day onto YouTube. So subscribe on there if you want to see those games. Anyways, thanks again. Take care and have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.